Women's Fund of New Jersey was founded in 1995 by a group of women who were seeking consistent, reliable funding for women's organizations. In 2008, the Women's Fund leadership decided that it was time for the organization to be engaged more in effectuating substantive change for women and girls in the state. And so they initiated a Women's Policy Institute to train grassroots and women involved in nonprofit leadership about the legislative process.
There are a lot of women's organizations in New Jersey that do a lot of good work, and they do need stable funding. But one of the things that's really missing and really lacking in New Jersey is a stable place for people to do research about women and their needs. Most of the women's organizations deal with crises or deal with politics. And just for understanding what women's needs are in this state that are distinct and different from women in other parts of the world or other parts of the country, I think is really essential. And I think the Women's Policy Institute can fulfill a critical role in identifying those needs and identifying legislative and policy ways to deal with those needs.
This is something that is rarely seen across the country. There are a couple of states like California that's done a great job of bringing women together to talk about issues specific to women. And so this was really sort of a groundbreaker for New Jersey to have a Women's Policy Institute looking at issues that affect women, from health to economic to education. And so I think it's important that we continue this work. I know that the women who have gone through the program are excited about being fellows and about lending and sharing their experience with other women. So it's really necessary, and it's important for us to have the Women's Policy Institute in the state doing the work around issues that affect women's lives on a day-to-day basis.
Through our retreats, we were exposed to women who were either in legislative positions, or women who were in state government, women who were successful, as well as women who had been able to navigate that whole legislative spectrum. I guess talking to these women or listening from these women, their experiences and their suggestions and advice really helped me, as I'm sure it helped other fellows, learn about how to elevate the issues of our organization up to the state level.
There's a need for people to serve on committees, for people to support us by coming to fundraisers, by spreading the word, by just looking at our website and making sure that they're aware of the policy issues, that they talk them up with their friends. There are lots of ways to be women in New Jersey. Any strong woman in New Jersey supports the Women's Fund.
From my experience at Manavi for the last 8 years, for Manavi, the Women's Fund of New Jersey has been critical.
To be a place where women's groups can come together around certain issues, reach agreement, and then work together to effectuate change. And so it's a great opportunity for our state. It's a great opportunity for people to become involved in all kinds of levels, from donating money to serving on our board, or serving as a mentor, or becoming involved in an advisory capacity. But it's just a great opportunity for the state and for the women.